In lecture 2, we are going to study about project contracts and documents and development of scope of work like WBS from BOQ. These two things we will discuss today. That is most important thing for project planning engineers. So let's start this journey. So how we will study all these things. First of all, in planning phase, as you guys have already watched the first lecture in which I have just explained the basic things about project management, project basic terminologies, and the basic things about Primavera. But in this lecture, I'm going to explain a few things. Uh, 1 minute just. Okay, that's fine. So we are going to study today about scope management. What is scope management? As in yesterday lecture, I have already explained that in planning phase, we have to do scope management, time management, cost management. So that is the first thing we are going to do, scope management. So what is the definition of scope management? To write each and every work required to perform to deliver project successfully. Like if you have to build one building, so you have to write each and everything what you require to complete construction of building, construction of road project. You need design, you need procurement, you need construction activities. So actually we in scope management, we have to write each and everything. I will go into the details step by step, but at this moment I'm just defining what is actually scope management is. Okay, so in scope management, as per project management standards, we have to write each and everything what we have to do while delivering our project. But before jumping into the scope management, you must know about the basic things about project planning. So what are these basic things? uh, Actually, when a project initiates, client will present one project layout, and you have to derive the basic information like project high level scope of work from out of it. Okay, so how you will do it? Your project will look like this. At the start, you have to build this thing. There is one road, there is one main building, there is recreational area, there is one roundabout, and there are certain few things more. So actually, after watching this picture, when your client will ask you that you have to build such kind of project, so you have one idea that what you are going forward, what you have to do. Okay, so this is the layout. So from layout, what kind of information you have to drive, that what kind of items you have to develop. Okay, and some kind of layouts are kind of this. You know, here there is a main building construction, there is help center, there is safety area, then there is safety area, and there is one plant installation. I have just uh, attached one layout over here. Okay, these are just layouts which will give you idea that what you are going to construct. Okay, so from these layout areas, actually, if this hierarchy you will observe on this branches, you will observe that, let's say my project was power plant, the previous slide, then you can easily understand what is written over here. Actually, I have divided my project into certain categories. First of all, design phase, then procurement, then construction, and then testing and commissioning. I will explain each and everything. I'll share with you whiteboard and erase each and everything from here. Every product in this world, when going to develop, first of all, you will develop the design. Then once design is finalized, then you will extract the quantities and you will identify that what kind of materials you need to require to complete that project. Okay, so that would be called procurement. Okay, and then after procurement, you have to go to construct your project. This is the scenario while doing your projects. First of all, you will build design, then procurement, and then construction phase. Okay, the same way I have shown in this slide, that there is a design phase for power plant, there is one procurement phase for power plant, and then there is a construction phase. After construction, there are few things in power plant you need to test, okay, before getting into the operational phase. So actually, this layout, you cannot present this layout everywhere. for project planning, you need to extract data like in this shape. Okay, you have to categorize your project into certain areas, that like design, procurement, and then construction. Then divide construction into subcategories like civil works. There is some mechanical works. There is civil works is subdivided into earthwork, road work, and fencing. Just give, don't worry, I will go into the detail each and everything. I'm just at this moment giving you an idea that how project will go on. Okay. So actually, this is called WBS. What is WBS? Again, I will get back to whiteboard and I will explain this thing. Before explaining this WBS, I will give you, I will tell you one short story that in my school days, I have been writing few essays or some lengthy topics. Okay, when there is some need to write in the exams, there is some lengthy topic or essay. We would prefer to divide that lengthy topic into headings. Okay, like I will give you an example. If I need to write an essay on some celeb like personality, okay, so I will divide that essay into subcategories like the birthplace, the initial education, primary education, higher education. Like if I give you an example from our historical hero Qaid Azam, we are going to write an essay about Qaid Azam. Then I will divide that the life of Qaid Azam into certain headings, like where Qaidism was born, the primary education, higher education, political career. Okay, then the wedding of Qaidism, how efforts he made to achieve Pakistan, like these kind of things. Same way, you have to divide your project while doing your project management into subheadings. These headings called WBS. So, what is the definition of WBS? To break down your project into subcomponents is called WBS, work breakdown structure. This is very, very important thing. And the first thing, work breakdown structure. In scope management, you have to use WBS technique to divide your project into subcategories to make your project summary. Okay, actually we are doing right now scope management. So in scope management, WBS is a technique by which you will get a project summary. So this is the definition of WBS. Again, I'll get back to the slide and I will go on. So how you can make an effective WBS? You have to go into project contracts and agreements that will guide you in much better way that how you have to develop your WBS, and then you must know about your product development cycle. I will explain each and everything in coming slides. What is project contracts and agreements? Because this is the very important portion. Planning engineer must know about it. I have not focused on all the details of contracts and agreements, but only those areas where I guess that planning engineer must know the information before going into the planning phase. So you should know all the information which I'm going to share with you. What is actually scenario of a project? There is one client party, there is one consultant party, and there is one contractor party. So there is a fear, there is a possibility that in future there would be some kind of conflict in these parties. So what we are going to do, there must be one contract. So what is contract? Contract is a rule. Like we are living in our society, there are some rules, we have to follow those rules. The same way in project, there are three parties and there is one contract. Everybody should follow that law, that contract. So contract is the rule by which you have to follow your project practices. Okay. So what is the rule? There are few contract types. So you must know about these contract types. So first of all, turnkey EPC project. Second one is lump sum. The third one is measurement contracts. In measurement contracts are further divided into item rate contracts, then percentage rate contracts, then rate only contracts, and then cost plus contracts. So what is EPC contract? In EPC contract, you will observe that contractor is responsible for design and construction. Actually, contractor is responsible for E stands for engineering or design, P stands for procurement, C stands for construction. So contractor is responsible for each and everything. In this phase, client will not provide design. Okay, so this contract type is most suitable for mega projects. Okay, and what is the benefit? Technical and functional requirement. Like I already said, that contractor will prepare design for the project, but that design will be approved by client. Okay, so technical and functional requirement will be approved by client, and uh, that is done. And what is the next? Lump sum or fixed priced contract. What is the feature point in this? A single lump sum amount is paid for all work performed. Like if you are going to do some project and your contract is lump sum fixed price contract, then you are going to be paid for all the work done, parallel to that work done, a single amount. Okay, and then contractor is responsible for completing all the project within that fixed cost. Okay, and suitable for well defined and small. This contract type is suitable for small projects and well known projects. Like some projects, you must know, you must have an idea that sometime we don't have clarity about design, sometime we don't have clarity about the rates, there is some fluctuation, there is a possibility of uncertainty. So that's why this kind of project is suitable for well defined, in which you have accurately known the facts. Okay, and small projects. And what is the next thing? Measurement contracts. What is the meant by measurement contracts? In these kind of projects, design can be defined in reasonable way, whereas amount cannot be. Like in projects, you know the design, but you don't have idea about the accurate cost. Okay, so such kind of works will be done by the contracts of measurement contract types. And this contract can allow early start. Like your design is not approved, but you can start work on your project to secure the time. Okay, such kind of projects will be carried by measurement contracts in the suitable way. So and easy to make changes in work. Okay, and what is next? Cost plus contracts. In this kind of contract type, you will work and you will be given an extra benefit plus your work done amount. Okay, and from these contract types, you have to extract some kind of information, being planning engineer capacity. That is the main motive behind this instruction. You don't need to go into the details, that you must know each and everything about contract management, that there should be one separate guy called contract specialist. You can go and you can fetch the information required only for your planning purposes. But at this moment, what you need to do, you have to just study about project contract and extract information required to go ahead for your. So important information you have to extract from this contract is: what is the construction contract, what is your contract type, what are the contract documents, contract document priorities, the important information from contract. So what are the contract documents? The first thing is agreement form, general conditions, particular conditions, and others. So what is agreement form? In your contract documents, the agreement form will be comprised of your project name, your project owner, the client name, the total money required to complete that project would be called contract value, the type of your contract, and the consultant or supervisory role, and the project scope. The client will also deliver you project scope. Okay, because you have to maintain your project quality, that would be defined, that what your client will require, you have to deliver that thing. So that would be called project scope. Okay, all these things will be given in your agreement form. And then particular conditions. What are the particular conditions? When you sit down to bid about some project, okay, so that time you have to write few particular conditions, rules, okay, responsibilities, obligations you have to follow to complete that project. That would be called particular conditions. And in case of conflict, when you have two kind of things and you have some conflict, then what thing will be priority, will get priority? The first thing, the contract agreement. The second thing, particular conditions, general conditions, your drawings, specifications, and bill of quantity. Today I will explain what is bill of quantity, because we are going to make WBS. But first, let me complete this section of contracts and documents. And then general conditions. Actually, general conditions will be uh, derived by FIDIC book. Okay, that is the general conditions of contracts and management. So that would book classes will provide you guideline how to carry on with your project. Okay, and then product development cycle, how your product will be developed. In yesterday lecture I have explained this thing a little bit, that your product can be mobile, your product can be road construction, your product can be bridge, building, ship, aeroplane, vehicle, automobile, power plant, oil and gas pipeline, anything it can be. So how that thing will be developed, what are the stages? You must know about those things before going into the planning phase. If you don't know, if you're a fresh engineer, you have to sit down with your project management team, you have to sit down with your site engineers, you have to sit down with your experienced guys to get an idea that how that product will develop. Okay, so the best thing to develop your WBS is to get an idea that what kind of contract you have. I will send you few documents along with this lecture video, and because those notes are very important to go through, as long as it concerns with contract management required to be required to have in your mind before going to the planning phase. But what is the best second thing to develop your WBS is the development phase of your product. So here are few tips I recommend you guys to develop your WBS. WBS depends on product development life cycle. Like road work will be based on what the deliverables need to execute to deliver road project as per standard. Like there are you have to complete earthwork, you have to complete sub base work. I will explain this thing in BOQ. So I'm going to share with you one BOQ. There is one BOQ. Okay, you can see here Central City Development Project. Okay, from where this BOQ will come from, I'll share with you whiteboard and I'll explain this thing. As earlier I have explained that before going into the construction of any project, you have to first start with your design phase, then you will go into the procurement, and then you have to make construction or development of that product. This is actually EPC kind of model, but everything will go like that way. In EPC, you must have an idea that everything will be done by contractor. Sometime design is done by client. That time it's not EPC. Okay, but everything will follow. Every project will follow this model. First you will prepare design, then procurement. You must know about what is procurement. Procurement is basically in yesterday lecture I also explained this thing. When you order for pizza and it will take 30 minutes to come to your home, this 30-minute is called is kind of thing like procurement. Same like in project management, when you need some material to utilize on your project, it can be electric cables, it can be like electric panels. When you order this material from market to be on your site to get utilized on your project, this is process is called procurement. Okay, so in design, when you will prepare your drawings, you will extract the data, you will extract the quantities, and you will document all those quantities what will be required to complete your project in the form of bill of quantity. Bill of, one minute, bill of quantity. Okay, that would be called BOQ. In mechanical engineering, they will call it BOM, bill of material. Okay, and so from here, drawings you will get BOQ. So I'm going to share with you this BOQ. This is Central City Development Project. This is a real-time project BOQ. In this BOQ, you can see here the summary of your project, and there are different components. like you have to make road works, and you have 219 millions for this stormwater drainage system, 26 million water supply network, and this whole from A to G, all these components will combine together to make your project like city development project. And further on, if you I will go on to open these files, you will see then roadworks details. You can see here there is roadworks subhead, and you will be given here all the mechanism, what you have to do, what is the work need to be done. Then there is one column about quantity, there is another column about unit, there is another column about total amount. Actually BOQ will be defined, there is one quantity, okay, but the amount is as per labor and non-labor and material cost. So at this moment don't worry about cost. I will explain this thing in the upcoming lectures. At this moment just focus on how to read a BOQ. There is one thing you have to do, that is the natural ground compaction kind of work, and that quantity is 1.027293 square feet. Okay, then there is another thing, excavation. You can see here excavation, there is another activity. In road work you have to complete all these area works. Then this next sheet, all these works you have to do. And then there is 219 million, 219 million. Here also 219 million. So same way you can go ahead. Construction of storm water drainage system summary, storm water drainage system 26 million. You can go in this sheet and you can go one by one what you have to do to deliver this component, and there 26 million, and so on. All these components will can be verified. I'll send you this document as well. Okay, so first of all, this is your development cycle, product development cycle. First you must know about your contracts, and second thing, product development cycle. Okay, so how to make your WBS, I'm going to share with you whiteboard. And here first thing you must remember about, first thing, that right now we are in planning phase. Okay, right now we are in planning phase. In planning phase we are doing scope management. You have to memorize these things in very easy way. Scope management, in scope management we have to define now WBS, that would be called project summary. Actually project summary, there would be one project detail, there would be one, and this is project summary. So what is WBS? You have to break down your project into sub components. So first of all we have to define that what kind of our project contract type is. So the mega project contract is EPC. So I'm going to divide my project first into EPC, then like design, procurement, and construction, the first level of my project WBS. So I'm going to share with you process flow diagram, how to make WBS in your Primavera. So first of all, what you need to do, you have to click on project in your Primavera. And once you will click on this button, you will be given a drop down window. In that window, you have to click on WBS. Once you will click on WBS, you will be given another window. Another window will be opened up, and in that window you have to click on add button on the top right corner. Okay, and what are the next customized settings, I will explain on Primavera dashboard. So where is Primavera dashboard? I'll share with you here. You can see Primavera dashboard right now. And here what I need to do, in yesterday lecture we have just created a project file, and now I'm going to start with our scope management after reading about WBS and the basic things. So I'm going to click on project, there is a drop down window, the second option is WBS. Once I'll click on this button, you will be given another window along with activities window. Activities window is your main window actually. So WBS window is, you have to open up this window by clicking project and then click on WBS. And on this window you will feel the same what you have in activities window. Okay, what is the same thing? You have few columns in the left side and there is one timeline on your right side. So where is top right corner? The top right corner is over here. So once I'll click on this button, what will happen? It will generate another sub subordinate line. This is sub branch. So here you can see there is one WBS code column, there is a WBS name. So most important thing to remember while doing your WBS, you have to make manual input over here and make it automatic derived by Primavera, because Primavera will indicate about the logic or code over here as per the level of WBS. You will observe this logic. So what I'm going to write here, engineering, because our first phase is design or engineering, is design. Again, I will click on the main project title and I will click on this add button. Again, the second line will be generated, and here I will put procurement. Again, I will click on this title and click on this add button, and I will make another heading, construction or development, because my project contract type that I have to prepare each and everything, design, procurement, and construction. So while you guys are also working on Primavera, you must know about one important setting over here. First of all, you have to make here right click, go into the group and sort by, and make sure that your by default setting is activated. After doing this, you must know about that your sequence should be aligned, like engineering should be on the top, like on number one, because it's the first phase. So how you can do this thing, you can go in the right bottom area, you can watch some shifting arrows, make upward, upward, construction downward, to maintain the sequence. Okay, but if you don't see such kind of shifting arrows in your window, what you need to do, you have to right click in this empty area and you have to activate this option, move. Once I'll uncheck it, you will see there is no shifting arrow in this side. But when I'll right click and make here move activated, you can see there are shifting arrows now in this area. So this is very important thing. Okay, so now if I'll move into the activities window, you guys are going to witness magic. What is the magic? Whatever I have developed in WBS window has automatically imported into the activities window, but there is not a sequence as per the WBS sequence. So what you need to do, you have to click on activities and click on file and refresh your data. Once you'll click on refresh your data, you will observe that there would be the sequence as per the WBS sequence. Now, what we need to do, being in WBS window, we have to break down these things further on so that we can provide detail about our project, what we have to prepare in our design phase, what we have to do in our procurement phase, what we have to do in our construction phase. So I'll share with you here the presentation. In presentation, actually it's done, but I will focus a few things more over here. I'll clear. In WBS, I'm going to explain one thing. What is the methodology? You have to divide your project with the help of WBS into deliverables. And then when you further divide the headings, you will get work packages. And then you further divide your work packages, you will get activities. Okay, so just these two things you will get by WBS technique. What is deliverable? The higher level of WBS. Higher level of WBS. What is work package? The lowest level of WBS. Okay, and what is activity? The lowest level of project. Okay, at this moment I will just focus on WBS, that higher level and lower level, like I have design phase, like construction phase. I will give you an example of construction phase. In construction phase, via BOQ or drawings, I come to know that in my construction phase I have different kind of work like civil, I have mechanical, and then I will further divide civil into building works, and then civil into road works, then building works further into building works will be further divided into substructure and superstructure. Okay, same way I can divide road work into earthwork, sub base works, asphalt work, road furniture work. So the way I'm going to divide each and everything, I'm giving more detail about my project. So what is the purpose of the WBS? In the purpose of WBS is to plan your project in more effective way, to monitor your project in more effective way, and to control your project in more effective way. Later on, if we are doing our presentation, then if I need something from substructure, if I have divided my project into proper WBS, then I can come into substructure and I can find out, I can track the concerning activity. But if I have not break down my project in such kind of activities, all the things under one label, then it will be very, very difficult for me to track or to identify activity. Okay, so WBS is project management standard. You have to divide your project into subcategories, and then those categories, those headings into subheadings further on, like same way I have done over here. So I will just share with you Primavera dashboard, and like engineering construction, I will further like here civil. Okay, then mechanical, and then electrical. See, if I'll go into the activities, you can see there is another color over here. Why this color is? Because we have another level of WBS. First, we have divided our project into engineering, procurement, and construction. This engineering, procurement, and construction is the first level of WBS. Now we will divide our first level into second level. Then this Primavera will show the different color over here in the activities window. Okay, uh, and the same way we can divide our engineering, because our design phase will be comprised of two subcategories: basic design and detailed design. Okay, and procurement comprised of two categories, like bulk material. Some material you need your project in bulk quantity, and some material you require from the far away areas that will take a lot of time, that will called long lead items. Okay, and the same way construction, I would recommend to my students that you must I will delete this, and in construction I will just break down and I will copy paste from BOQ. I'll share with you BOQ. Here is roadworks, and I will share again Primavera dashboard. I will here as per BOQ, because electrical, mechanical, civil is there where we have BOQ like that way. So I'll follow the standard so we can practice on real time kind of thing. I can share with you here. Second thing, in construction, you will go like this way. And then again, the third, share with you BOQ. The third is a water supply network, share with you like this way. So, inshallah, tomorrow lecture, I will further go on to develop our WBS in more effective way. And today we will see what we have developed up to now in WBS window, how it looks like in activities window. It will look like this way. Every time you develop something extra in your WBS, don't forget to click on this refresh data. So if something missing there, Primavera can align it with your required sequence. Okay. So there are different levels we will talk about on this thing in tomorrow's lecture. Okay, so I need from you guys to work on Primavera in your system and send me the screenshots and the notes what I have taught you in terms of project contracts, in terms of BOQ, in terms of anything what I have delivered today. And don't feel anything kind of shy to ask me the questions what I have delivered yesterday and today, so that we can enhance our inter action to learn that these kind of things in more effective way. That makes us unique to deliver our content in more effective way. Thank you very much for today, and give us feedback on our page, on our website, via Facebook, WhatsApp, so we can improve our ways to make you learn these professional things. Thank you very much.